You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Hello, thanks for tuning in. I'm Betty LaMarr, and you're watching Medical Talk. The topic of conversation today is the Sugar Run 5K, benefiting those, living with type 1 diabetes. Joining me in the studio is GHS-TV Studios is Janet Butler Curtis, Administrative Director of the Sugar Run 5K, benefiting a cure for type 1 diabetes. Well, hello, Janet. How are you today?
I'm well today. Thank you for having me.
You know, I'm so excited I can't hardly read my script, right? It's like I'm ready to get at it. But let's talk about, first of all, who is Janet Curtis?
Well, I am a wife, a mom, daughter, and a person who's very passionate about those living with diabetes.
Okay, well, let's get there because, you know, we're talking about the 18th annual Sugar Run 5K, which I always say just has an awesome goal for finding a research cure for diabetes. I want to know your passion. Do you have diabetes in your family? What drives you to make this Sugar Run a success every year? Because I do keep up with that.
I have a child that lives with type 1 diabetes.
Okay.
I also had a mother who had type 2 diabetes. She had pancreatitis and became a type 1 diabetic. So the difference between type 2 and type 1, I like to put it in an easy way. If you exercise 24 hours a day and you ate nothing but carrots, if you're type 1, you're going to die from high blood sugar unless you have a continuous insulin injected into your body.
Okay.
So my mom was a type 1, but our daughter at 11 years old was diagnosed as a type 1. She's now 27 years old.
Wow.
And living in Virginia as a corporate litigation attorney. So we have dealt with the diagnosis, the change of life that comes with that, and this race brings, I guess you would say, it brings a lot of visibility to the disease. It also raises funds for research, which is so critical. It has made a tremendous world difference just in the time that I've been exposed to it.
Okay, now this is also something that a lot of people know and don't know. So we're going to go back to your job now, and the medical director. Just tell us about Dr. Kashif Latif and why he founded this 5K run and his passion for doing so as well.
Absolutely. Dr. Kashif Latif, AM Diabetes and Endocrinology Center and AM Diabetes Centers of America, and he is located in Bartlett, Tennessee. His passion started because he has a son that was 11 months old at time of diagnosis. So imagine having a child that something's medically wrong and they can't speak or communicate to you. So it happens very early. Sometimes it happens in adulthood, but he suffered that diagnosis with their child and having to learn all about it. So he went from being an internist to being an endocrinologist to be able to focus on that. So I think what you're going to notice at our center is there is a passion. So it's not a job for those of us that work there. There is a passion, and we our walls are lined with kids' pictures from that live with type 1 diabetes. We actually have a room that, unfortunately, there was a type 1 individual that, Blake, and he passed away years ago. He went into a coma during the night, and so that is a reality that I think a lot of people don't really think about. But we've had a couple of children that were not our patients, but we're a very tight community here in the Memphis area. So because of that, we have that passion to find a cure, make a difference. At the time when my daughter was diagnosed, said that it would shorten her lifespan by about 7 years is what. And so when you're told that about your child, you have more drive than anything else to try to make a difference. And so that's why I'm there. That's why the center's there. That's why Dr. Latif has that passion in what he does.
And that's why I am, no matter what, I always cover diabetes on this medical talk show because in my family, my dad, which has just recently passed, have lived with diabetes, like I always say forever. His mother lived with diabetes. His brother, which now has a heart transplant, and also is a patient at AM Diabetes now. He drives all the way from Crenshaw, Mississippi to get his care at AM Diabetes Center. So that says a lot for your clinic. It really does. People willing to drive. My brother has diabetes, so now he will be going to AM Diabetes. He lived in Sardis, Mississippi. And let's see who else. Oh God, my sister. Just so many. And I think that's the reason why I'm passionate about it too, and always bring awareness. But someone asked me yesterday, if you would please ask Janet, how does Daryl Green, a Fox 13, how does he play into, they see him everywhere.
Right.
And he's in Channel 13, I will give them their props. They're one of the networks that always bring awareness to diabetes. So they wanted to know, ask Janet, how does Daryl Green play into the Sugar Run 5K and everything that you all do?
Right. So Daryl is also a type 1 diabetic.
Okay.
He became a diabetic, I believe, at the age of 27.
Wow.
He's a very strong proponent of what we do because we're always on the cutting edge of technology and ways to treat. But Daryl is always our MC for us. So he stands out there and he announces for us, and he's just a great, comes side by side with us, links arms as we fight this to find a cure and to find better ways to treat this day by day.
Okay, well, she have her answer. Okay, well, that is good. Well, look, so we have about 1 minute, but I want to ask you this really quickly. Your daughter, I noticed on Facebook, she's pregnant.
She is,
So let me ask you this real quick, and we'll visit this later, because my first thought was, when a person like her have type 1 diabetes and they get pregnant, does that thought ever come to mind? Did it ever come to your mind that she's type 1 and she's having a baby? Does it pass on, or how does that work?
That could be a tendency, but I'll tell you that we place our faith and our trust in our Heavenly Father.
Okay.
And He is taking care of her. Her A1C is the best it has ever been with her being pregnant. So I know she's got a great endocrinologist in Virginia right now, and things are going well.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. Now we're going to take a break, Ms. Curtis, and we'll be right back, and we're going to talk more about the Sugar Run 5K. Stay tuned for more medical talk.
Cut to One and Q Talent.
The GHS Fine Arts Department is composed of 6 different disciplines, including instrumental music, which is both band and the strings or orchestra.
My belief is that band is the life of the school. If the band's not fun, the school's not fun.
There's choral music with a variety of different levels for our students, from women's choir, an a cappella group.
So choir is an excellent opportunity for you to engage in the music making process and to create relationships and bonds with your fellow classmates.
We have our theater program, which includes acting and tech theater.
It'll teach you how to be a better communicator, it'll teach you how to work with people better, and it'll teach you how to get outside your comfort zone.
We have GHS-TV and the intro classes that go into GHS-TV.
You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to GHS Insider, the show that's all about the G.
So GHS-TV tries to model a real working station.
And we have a visual arts program that goes up into AP courses and also includes IB level.
I think the arts are really important because they provide students with that safe space where they can express themselves, they can be who they really want to be.
The specificity of what is taught and required to be learned here in this department is so particular that they're going away with abilities and skills that other schools aren't teaching.
For more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome back to Medical Talk. I'm your host, Betty LaMarr. On today's show, we're talking about the 18th annual Sugar Run 5K, benefiting a research cure for those living with type 1 diabetes in the Mid-South. Now, Janet, thank you again for joining me today here at GHS-TV Studios. And it's so wonderful, it's so beautiful, and I just want to, while I can, I just want to just commend them for the awesome work that they do and giving me a platform here to talk about medical talk, to just get it out there. So I'll call it giving people free health care. So Janet, let's go into the Sugar Run 5K. When was it founded?
So the Sugar Run has been around for 18 years, and it started with 37 runners, and it started in Johnson Park and in Collierville. And it raised $2,500 for research, which is fabulous, right?
Yes.
$2,500, yay! I started working for Dr. Lateef, and as much as I enjoy everything that I do for the center, I was handed a folder my first year, so this would have been 8 Sugar Runs ago, and I was handed a little 2-pocket folder and said, Dr. Lateef would like you to do the Sugar Run, and I said, do I look like I'm a runner? Because obviously not, right? And
Yes,
so
you do.
I said, well, I mean, I am highly organized, right? So that is a trait that I do have. So I said, okay, well, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do it right, because I don't do anything halfway.
I know.
So I will tell you that we have outgrown that space. Last year, 360 people registered. We are in the heart of Germantown, so that's why it's exciting to be here at Germantown High School. So we blocked down the Wolf River Boulevard. It's completely blocked.
Yes.
This is going to be the second Saturday of November, so Saturday, November the 9th.
Yes, it's earlier this year then.
It is.
I love
it
it.
is. Yes.
I love it.
So
Not so
it won't, maybe
very
it won't,
cold
That's
in
right.
November,
Maybe
early
it won't be
November.
so frigid. We're
Yes.
open. So we blocked that down. You get a long sleeve tech shirt, which is really nice. You get a medal. The top 3 finishers in their categories will get a spinning medal, which is the sugar cube's going to spin around.
I forgot to bring one too.
I
but that's
know,
okay.
so-
I'll drop it in.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it's just a really fun. It's a family event. I would like to encourage even the students here at school to start their own team and to be there. So I tell people, you can run, you can walk, you can crawl.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. There's babies in strollers.
It's just about
Yes.
cure, about research cure.
Absolutely. So a couple of my granddaughters that are 8 and 5 now, the first time she was in a stroller, obviously the 8-year-old.
Yes.
So she is so excited. I'm telling you what, they get that medal at the end of they do the kids fun run. So there's a youth fun run up through 10 years of age. And they do that. It's a shorter distance. It's not a full 5K.
Let's stop right there.
Sure.
Because that youth fun run,
Yes.
let's just show us what that looked like for those people who have kids that may want to bring them out there. Show them exactly what that looked like.
So, hint, hint, there may be an Olympian there again this year.
Oh, really?
So,
Okay.
keep that in mind, because it's very cool, because that Olympian starts off when they count down with the kids and runs right with the kids through it. And it's just like a highlight. The parents love it. The kids love it.
Yes.
They get that little medal. They think they have won the whole shebang.
That's right.
And they just have a really grand time. So we're trying to focus and put spotlight on diabetes, but we're also wanting to have a fun family day and raise money for research while we're at it.
Yes.
So we have hot chocolate. We have bounce houses.
Yes.
We have a new thing this year. Pure Focus Media is going to allow us to use their photo booth. So we're going to have photo booth. It's going to have our little Sugar Run 5K logo on it. So it is going to send straight to your phone. You can use it to put your pictures wherever you want on your social media. And we're grateful to them for doing that.
Yes.
We have Indian foods always there to be a partake in, and it's fabulous.
Yes.
And donate
Yeah, because
to
you
us.
all have real food. I know
We do.
that.
And there's not an extra fee for that. So come on
Exactly.
out and enjoy and partake and just have a great day. Now we have some of our sponsors will have tables up as well with different giveaways and freebies and that kind of thing. But it is just a joy. And so hopefully it won't be so frigid this year by going early on.
I just think
in
it'll be
the
beautiful.
month.
I think this past year was really beautiful as well. Okay, now, I know that you mentioned sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
Most of your sponsors local, or they just Are they in the medical community? How does that work if somebody's listening to the show may want to sponsor or even participate? What do they do?
So to participate, you just simply go on Google Sugar Run 5K, make sure you put in 2024.
Okay.
And you're going to go to race roster. So Google that and it'll pull you right up. So you can register. You can also do a virtual run. If you can't make it that day, but you want to get the shirt and then the medal and just be a participant, they will mail those to you. So a portion of that money will go towards research as well.
Good.
And then we have, I would say our sponsors, there are a lot of drug related, however, we have a lot of local ones. So I'll just, for instance, like one of our big sponsors first, that's on a national level, would be Mankind.
Yeah.
That is the inhalable insulin. So I don't know, that's new to a lot of people, but it's an insulin you just inhale.
It was on the news lately.
It was,
Channel 13.
absolutely.
Yes.
So it's quick acting, but they are one of our big sponsors. Now locally we do have GHS Trucking, and they have been a faithful sponsor ever since I've been in, but he was a runner in the Sugar Run prior to that, he and his wife, one of the owners.
Wow.
And so they have run, they do have a daughter also that is a type 1. She's grown and married and has a couple foster children right now, actually.
Wow, that's
so,
amazing. So like you said earlier, it seemed like everybody has some kind of passion or there's something in their life that make them, that they're driven to find that cure.
Absolutely.
Okay, and when I think about, before we leave this segment, when I think about GHS, it's like when I'm there, I always know those big GHS trucks are coming. And I'm like, what would they do without GHS? Because they come to get all that stuff. You know, because you all have an arsenal of, you know, stages and everything out there. And they come out there with that big truck, and before you know it, that Sugar Run is loaded up and taken probably to your storage. But I said, man, this is so nice. Because, you know, I remember way back in the day when we had to just...
Right, so not only do they financially sponsor us, but they do bring a truck and they deliver and they pick up and they fill it up for us. They bring generators. They just are a blessing. And let me say one more thing about that Germantown location. That is a straight track, so that's probably going to be your personal best when you run that.
That's right, because you don't have to go all through the woods and everything. Okay, Janet, we're gonna take a break here. And so we can see what some of the wonderful things that Germantown High School has going on. And we're going to sort of reach out to them when we come back and let them know how they, as a school, can get involved. Because I'm sure there's diabetes in this school. Okay, watch this space for more medical talk.
You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
I'm your moderator, Brandon Sewell, coming to you live from the campus of Germantown High School.
So GHS-TV tries to model a real working station.
I really thought it was cool when I first started studio and all the opportunities that it was able to provide for me.
That would be 36 out of 36. It's a rigorous class that demands a lot from students.
At times you are going to be thrown into the fire to where you're just going to have to figure it out yourself.
Which is really great because then we gain more knowledge. Our teachers will give us how to start, but then we're left to make up the whole entire process.
It just seems to me it's not enough space in the beginning. If it's not, let's figure out what we can do.
They can be a producer, they can be a director, they can work graphics and learn audio, they can go out and shoot field reports.
Akila, back to you.
And it's a challenge to throw them into the environment and say, here's a camera, go out and record this interview and some B-roll. But those are the challenges that grow students to do bigger projects.
Welcome to Red Devil Newsbeat.
In GHS-TV, we have a variety of shows. We have Crosstalk.
Hello and welcome to a new season of GHS-TV's award-winning talk show, Crosstalk.
We have Insider, which is all about Germantown.
Welcome to GHS Insider, the show that's all about the G.
Cut to One and Q Talent.
Wake up, Germantown. It's Wednesday, April 5th. I'm Colin Ewing.
Some things that I've learned from this class is that how to work as a team.
We learn how to communicate better with people.
Something I'll take with me from in the future is their slogan, check, double check, and check again.
There's so many different things you can do here. I would say take risks. Push yourself further than you think you can go, and we will help guide you there.
Go Red Devils!
For
more information about the Kappa program, visit ghskappa.com or call 755-7775. You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
We're back, and you're watching Medical Talk. I'm Betty LaMarr. Oh, okay, we're back. How about that? We're having such a good time. Okay, now Janet, this is what I want to know. I'm sure the audience does, and the viewers as well. What are the different, what do you call them?
Like categories or races? Sure.
What are the different categories? So if you're out there on the fence about will I fit in? Because I know we have a lot of seniors running too.
We do.
And that's so awesome. Tell our viewers the different, how they can participate in their area. That's all handicapped people, wheelchairs.
We've had wheelchairs in the past. We sure have. Our main, where most people run, is the classic run. So that's a classic 5K, and that's the one where I said you can walk, you can run, you can, you're just out there to have a good day.
Yes.
We actually had a lady last year who just showed up. She was doing her own run, and she said, "Oh, what's this? I want to register. I want to do this." And then she made a donation to us.
Oh.
So it's just out there to have a good time, have a great day. So that begins at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
The first race, and then the kids' fun run will follow that one, and it's really just a ton of fun to watch these little kids, because we've had, like I said, little strollers, we've had little 2-year-olds run, we've just had the gamut.
Yes.
And they just have a great time. So those are our 2 races that we currently have. We've had in the past, we also had elite runners, which included a lot of Olympians. One time I think we have 5 Olympians here running.
Love it.
And hopefully we'll bring that back as we get closer to the 20th.
Okay.
But it's just, we've got the runners, we've got people who are just spectators because they want to come watch and just enjoy and cheer people on, and that is more than welcome to happen. But the rundown of the day is you get there and you run. We're going to have awards as well. We start off, though, with our national anthem a little bit before 8 o'clock.
That's wonderful.
Before it starts. So we have music. We have a DJ there. Didn't mention that earlier.
Yeah.
And it's like a block party on the boulevard.
It really is.
Yeah, so we're just really thrilled to have that opportunity. We're grateful to the city of Germantown to allow us to come back once more. I believe this is our 4th year here. So we just love the community here in Germantown and thank them for their support. You can join a team when you go on that race roster. You can create a team.
Yeah.
So, and you can even
like
fundraise.
Like a Germantown High School team. Anybody at the young people at Germantown High School that want to come out and run. Like we used to have a lot of schools, I mean, not used to, but like with cross country, whatever. And I used to like they all dressed alike and with their school colors. And they just had a ball.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of times some youth running clubs that actually show up. So there's quite a few of those that will come. But it's great. It's a way to build community, a way to I'm sure there are those living with diabetes in this school.
Yes.
A lot, probably.
Yeah, everywhere.
Right. So it's a great way to show
even
that you
faculty,
support. Oh, absolutely.
Diabetes doesn't skip over lines, it's just.
No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what race, what.
Nothing.
No.
Rich people, poor people, business owners, like you said, their kids have diabetes.
Correct. So we just want to make life better. We want to find research. We want to make it more doable, because I said, when my daughter was diagnosed, we just had to find a whole new normal.
Yeah.
So this is one way that we're helping make it easier for people.
Okay, and something else that you all did at the center, because I actually participated this diabetes screening, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm asking you because I may have we hear rumors, but I like that. Is it true that you all may have a screening event out at the run this year for people who want to get screened? Tell me about the screening real quick.
Absolutely. So there's a screening that is done. In the past, you could be screened if you had somebody in your family with type 1, immediate family with type 1. However, anybody with the autoimmune disease, which is what type 1 is, should be screened. It does test for 3 different antibodies, and if you test positive, they now have a drug that's intravenous that on the average prolongs those beta cells for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
So it could keep you from having diabetes for 2 years. One exciting thing we just found out 2 days ago, and I'll break it to you.
Yes.
Memphis Mayor Paul Young is going to be signing a declaration to make the second Friday of every November, which is Diabetes Awareness Month,
Yes.
Diabetes Screening Day.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we'll be in different areas in the city of Memphis on Friday. We're going to be at the race on Saturday. Look for the different locations. It'll be showing up on our social media. So Facebook, and LinkedIn.
Instagram, everywhere.
Absolutely. So it will be available for people to find out. In the meantime, you can pick your kid up at the center, 3025 Cape Bond Road in Bartlett. But everything you need is in a little box, conveniently packaged. I've been tested. I've been
Almost like
screened.
the COVID thing. It's just a
Yeah,
little cute
little box.
Yes.
Little blue box. And it's free.
I was going to ask that question. Yeah.
It's free. And everything you have, you can even take it home and do it at home if you want. So they'll notify you if you have any positive. I got notified that I was negative. So
Okay, good.
You know, you get notified either way, but you'll get a call if you do have positive antibodies.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't do mine yet. I was there, but I was doing, you know, my marketing thing. But I'm definitely going to do it just because, like I said, my family is just surrounded with it. And I guess I'm just fortunate, but it's still good to know.
Absolutely.
Just in case at 70 years old, I decide to have a kid. But anyway, Janet, it has been a pleasure today. And give us that date again while we're closing this show. We could talk forever and ever and ever, amen. But we're going to follow it up before the Sugar Run 5K.
Okay. So it will be Saturday, November the 9th in Germantown, Tennessee on the Wolf River Boulevard.
All righty. I would like to thank Janet Butler Curtis, Administrative Director of the Sugar Run 5K, for joining me today to bring awareness to the Sugar Run 5K, benefiting a research cure for those living with diabetes. Be sure to watch more Medical Talk on Fridays at 8:30 p.m. on Xfinity Cable Channel 17. For more information on our programming, please check us out on the web at GHS-TV.org, where we are streaming live 24 hours a day. You can also check us out on Facebook and Instagram. I'm Betty LaMarr from all of us at GHS-TV. Thank you for watching Medical Talk. I hope to see you again.